So my research is in the area of academic productivity and motherhood, and so I'm working right now on a book project called Retcomp Moms, and it's about how they use time use to do teaching, scholarship, time for writing, research, but also balance that with parenting. So a time management project. So I got interested in this research by working on academic productivity and figuring out what makes faculty write more effectively and efficiently, and I'm particularly looking in the discipline of rhetoric and writing. That's my area, because we have a lot of time-strapped pressures. So for example, there's a lot of grading, a lot of marking of papers, and when you add parenthood on top of that, faculty that are parents, that are mothers, and doing all the grading and everything like that, there's not very much time for research. So what we're studying, or what I'm studying in this project right now, is looking at how moms basically balance all those things. So where do they put their writing? Where do they put the scholarship? How do they manage to carve out time to do that? How do they manage to carve out time for teaching and service and all the other things with going with an academic job, but also with a parenting job? So how do they stay up late with a baby? How do they get their kids to school and still manage to make it on work on time? What do they do about childcare? Those sorts of issues. So one of the goals of my research is to think about what we can do to help academic mothers. So this is a study of 150 academic women that are parents, they teach writing. And so if we think about it in that way, the findings for 150 is something that we could look at mapping on possibly the whole field. It means things like how many, what kind of built-in structures should be at a university to help academic mothers. And it can be a model for other disciplines to figure out where are some spots that they feel the most pressure, where are ways that universities can help relieve some of that burden. But also the project will serve as a guide to these academic mothers so they can see how other people are doing it, since it's not a narrative that many people hear about.
So I am getting my MA in Rhetoric and Writing. It's my third year in the program. So Dr. Tulley approached me about this opportunity to help her research for her book. And so I'm doing the quantitative research, and I am going through all the time use diaries of 150 women, and I'm just getting into their lives and color coding all the research. And then I'll put them into an Excel document, and we're tracking all the trends from that. I am hoping to get my Ph.D. directly after this degree, and this, first of all, will help my career as far as we're going to a conference to talk about it, and I've had all this experience in this kind of coding. But second of all, I have really been deciding if getting into academia is actually something that I can balance. And going through these diaries, I can see how difficult it is as a woman to balance having a family, which is something I would like to do as well, and all the hoops you have to jump through in academia. So it's been difficult for me to decide, and at the end of the day, the journals have sort of convinced me that this is something I can do. It's going to be difficult, but it's something I want to do.